Hi, y'all. This is Christine Lewis, and I'm just coming on here today to tell you what happened earlier this morning. Um, I think it'll blow your mind away. I'll have to go way back to explain this. I grew up in a Christian home for the most part, from about 8 years old on. It was nothing new for me to follow my parents to church, and I'd go to my Sunday school class and I would join them for church. Um, and sometimes they'd go to Bible study, and I was too young to really understand a lot of what was going on in their Bible study. But I would sit in the basement and watch TV while my parents were in Bible study. As a teenager and a young adult, sometimes I would accompany my parents to prayer meetings at people's houses. So being a Christian was nothing, has not been anything new for me. I grew up with it. Um, However, there's a difference between being a Christian and owning it and being a Christian because you just grew up in the faith. And I've been a Christian since I was 9 years old. I did personally take Jesus as my personal Savior, but it's not been since the last decade or so that I've really personalized that and not just assumed the faith of my parents. When I had cancer, I really started making my faith my own. Um, when you get a cancer diagnosis, sometimes you wonder if Jesus and God really are real and it's not a fairy tale. Um, I would have conversations with God in my head and for evidence that he was real, and there were things that he would do moving in my life. He was saying, "Yes, Christine, I'm real." Um, and he's doing it again through this organization. I had an appointment to meet with my financial planner. I was thinking about turning this organization into a 501c3, or I'm turning it from a 501c3 into a business. It was just an idea, and I just wanted some information. But I changed my mind over the weekend. So this morning I really wasn't sure if I should go, but I thought, well, I better go because it's a little late for me to be canceling an appointment like this. So I went ahead and went. Had no idea why I was going because they don't really specialize in 501c3. They do specialize in helping people, coaching them through setting up a business. But since I'm a member of their financial planning group, um, I can get some 501c3 funding through their action teams. But anyway, I went ahead and went, not knowing why I was there. I mean, because I could have found that information probably online. And I sat down with my regular financial planner, and he asked me to explain my organization, what it was all about. And I told him it's about restoring confidence in breast cancer survivors and providing hope to the newly diagnosed. And he is not, I mean, he's a man, and most men do not cry in front of you. It's been conditioned from when they're kids, usually, not to cry. They're told that they're supposed to be big boys and not show their emotions, and that shows up with adults a lot. But I could tell that he was tearing up, and I didn't know why. Then he said that his colleague that was going to come in a few minutes would be very interested in what I had to talk about with the 501c3 because his wife was just recently diagnosed with cancer. And then his colleague came in. Not only was she just diagnosed with cancer a month ago, she was initially diagnosed as a stage 2B, and this is just cancer in general that she was diagnosed with a month ago. They thought she was a 2B, and then they went to do scans and found that it had spread to her bones. Now, when things spread past the lymph nodes to another part of the body, that means you're stage 4 if you have breast cancer. So not only did she get that initial diagnosis of of cancer, but she is already a stage 4. This blew my mind because when I got diagnosed with cancer, I would turn back and forth in bed asking God to give purpose through this cancer that I had. If I was going to suffer through it, and if my family was going to suffer through it, I wanted something to come out of it. Yes, obviously I learned a lot from it. I learned to live in the moment. I learned to connect better with people. But not only that, but God is putting me in front of people that need to hear, that need my outreach through connections and networking that I have. And I'm hoping that people will realize that this is not just a whim for me, that God is equipping me to touch other people's lives. I don't know why. I don't know how. If you ask me, sometimes I won't know where this is going, but God does. And I just wanted to let you know that. And also, I wanted you to know, if you're questioning God, start talking to Him. And when you hear Him tell you to do things, obey Him. You don't know where He's going to take this, but He does. God bless you.